Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. By supporting me in this video again, just do me a favor, ensure you like the video. I will appreciate you so much for that like. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for that like. Now, Kenyans, World Bank and IMF, International Monetary Fund, has decided to crush William Ruto once and for good. Reason being is that World Bank and IMF claims that 10.5 trillion debt and reports of hundreds of billion borrowed can't be traced to any project in candid responses to the nation. And so the Bretton Woods institutions addressed concerns about the cost of legitimacy of loans in the Republic of Kenya. As we speak, William Ruto ashatoroka ameenda wapi? China, kuleta 40 billion Kenya shillings to at least to sustain him for these few months remaining in this year. But remember, why is it that World Bank and IMF is confronting Kenya debt haste claim? It's because they're feeling like William Ruto's shift from US funding support to China is like crisscrossing the agreement they had during the US state visit. Remember, World Bank and International Monetary Fund, their headquarters are located in the United States of America. And remember, US is having bigger percentage of shares in World Bank and IMF, that is International Monetary Fund. And so any money that is coming from World Bank and IMF is typically influenced by the government of US. And so all these loans, munaonanga inatoka IMF and World Bank, inakuanga engineered, influenced and catalyzed by the US government to give Kenya those kind of loans. But now, they are feeling pain as William Ruto has shifted to go and borrow in US. And so what they have decided is to crush William Ruto once and for all. That hata hizi deni anakopa, wanajaribu kutrace haoni project, wanajaribu kutrace pesa haoni penye iko. And Kenya is now having 10.5 trillion Kenya shillings, World Bank plus IMF. And so the reports of hundreds of billions borrowed already, can't be traced to any project. And so the candid conversation that we are having now is that the government of the day is borrowing, but money, hizi pesa zote hazionekani totally. So William Ruto has shifted from World Bank, IMF to China. And so he believes that China is going to rescue him by giving him 40 billion just for sustainment for completing this year, and another 40 billion for just local projects that are stalled. But the question is, when these projects were being launched, hizi pesa ilikuwa allocated na some, half of it or 2/3 of it ilikuwa released. Hizo pesa zimeenda wapi? And that is why I told you Kenyans, we must make it right this time round. We are either electing thieves or electing leaders who are carrying the interest of Kenyans. But when we are saying that, some are still saying rubbish. But remember, as you are saying rubbish, it is those individuals whom you are praising and worshipping in the name of political class, but they are conmanship. They are sellout. They are busy looting public resources to benefit their families, benefit their own people. And that is why the children of these politicians, hawasomi hapa Kenya. Some are in Italy, some are in US, some are in Canada. Sisi tukingangana na mashule ambayo hata haina malocals, hazina madesks, hakuna walimu wa kwenda kufunza pale. So the monies that is this, of course the monies yenye inakuwa ina disappear, hizi pesa zinaenda kwa account ya hii watu. Do you know that bigger percentage of Eurobond hazikuenda kwa account ya Kenyan government, ilienda kwa account ya specific individuals. Hizo pesa directly kwa account za watu specific. But in terms of paying this, sisi ndio tunafinywa. Sisi ndio tunafinywa na mnaambiwa you must pay because mulikopa. Na hizi pesa zimekopwa na zionekani zimefanya kazi gani. And that is why World Bank wameamua kama mbaya ni mbaya. But again, World Bank and IMF hao ndio wanaharibu nchi yetu. Wakishatukopesha pesa, wanakuja kutuonyesha vile tutauza unga, vile tutauza mafuta, fuel, vile tutafanya vitu yetu, you know, and they interfere also with our politics, you know. So they want favor. So they are feeling like William Ruto is playing them by going to China and have 80 billion Kenya shillings, 40 for the sustainability of William Ruto to complete this year, and 40 billion for these stalled projects. So China is coming out to rescue William Ruto, while the World Bank and IMF, they are destroying William Ruto's government by imposing some policies to William Ruto's government. So I think for me, this is just a conflict of interest. You go to the other side, we destroy you. You try to go and look for money to those people, we destroy you. And that is what World Bank is doing and IMF. That is what they are doing. So I think it's like the bond in between William Ruto and the US government is like separating. Why? Since the state visit of William Ruto in the US, have you ever seen something positive, fruitful, that has come to Kenya and Kenyans are feeling it? Nothing. Nothing. And that is why the dawn is here. Yeah? The dawn is here. As World Bank and IMF hit back. And they're claiming enough is enough. They are not going to accept the government of the day borrowing, but monies ipatikani. Hizi pesa zipatikani. So the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, IMF, have for the first time confronted and damning accusations of reckless lending to Kenya. Even as their rebuttals are disputed by audits and budget reports, it is very clear the money that this government and the other government of Uhuru Kenyatta were borrowing, ionekani kwa project yeyote, ionekani totally. Na dawa ni nini? Dawa ni kwamba tuhakikishe kwamba the accountability is going to be so tangible. So remember, this debt burden is giving us a lot of worries, because in every 100 Kenya shillings that government collects, 80 shillings inaenda wapi? Inaenda kwa debt. Hii 20 mebaki, 15 mshahara, 5 toshi, zile pesa zimekuwa allocated to counties. So we have a big problem, Kenyans. And it is not only going to be so tough, but it's going to be so difficult. I know that. It is going to be so difficult. Because when you look at the way money is coming up, you won't believe. You won't believe. Na inaenda ikisonga. Then when we are saying this, wengine wanasikia vibaya. So the time is now to correct this by having leaders who will understand and correct issues. Where does this money goes? Hizi pesa zilienda wapi na zinaendelea kuenda wapi? Na baadaye wazisanye na walete saidia wa Kenya, which for me iwezi patikana. Hao washafanya vitu yao, wameinvest na hakuna mtu atawafuatilia. We having dead EACC, we having dead DPP, we having dead DCI, police. Nothing will happen. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye bye till you meet in another video.